channel for life coaching, somatic breath work, and energy healing, and also talking about life. I am Alexander Fox, and we're going to be talking about women in their divine energy flow, in their divine state of being, which is one of the most powerful states of consciousness one could ever be in. Males can access this too. And of course, it's a little bit harder for men until you can get used to it, right? Just like practice. And what makes me so knowledgeable about this? Well, I've dealt with a 6-year relationship with a woman. I have seen and learned so much about women when I actually took a step back outside of dating and I was just observing everything because I was in no place to date other women for a very long time. Since 2017, I couldn't even like muster myself up to talk to another woman, to even like hit on them. I was just like, this is not me right now. And from everything that I learned from my ex, like at first, like everything was amazing, like I was there for her. I would open the car door for her. I fill up her gas tank, buy her food, little pecks on the cheek and on the forehead, and she would feel so safe and dropped in and giggly and be funny and just being so free and flowy, she's just acting so cute, so adorable because she was safe to be all of her natural born self. And that went on for a good 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And then one day I downloaded a dating app and I met another girl and hooked up with her. And that moment I knew I fucked up. After the fact, I was like, wow, I just cheated on my girlfriend 2014. And it really hit me. And I tried to tell her about it and half-truthed it. It was a half-truth. And it was so difficult because ever since then, that was the steadily decline every single time we hung out, we did things. It was tough because I broke the trust, I broke the love, and I did not blame her for feeling that way at all. And I did some things that I could to save it. But there was times like I could just tell like she would, like her body language would not want to face me, you know? And yet a part of her heart still wanted to make things work, but couldn't look at me. And then like we probably had some societal beliefs of like, oh, we kind of have to stay together because we've been together for so long. And it was tough. And even when we try to go on dates and we try to like numb our stuff, I couldn't even talk about my feelings. And there was times like where she would try to speak up or showcase something, like she played me a song and that song was exactly how the fuck that she was feeling in that moment. I was driving in a Lexus. I remember that day fully. It was a bright sunny day and I kind of smiled because like I knew, egoically I knew, and I was like, I don't want to face this. And I just like kept driving. I listened to the whole song and like I didn't even say anything like after that. And I like switched the conversation. So like I gaslit the song, the music that she was playing. And then she tried to ask me a whole bunch of things and she explained what she wanted and I said, "Okay, yeah, I'll be better." And I showed up a little bit. I showed up for like a few more weeks. And then I started going back to old habits again. I started smoking again. I started getting into more alcohol. And then even a few years later, I cheated on her again. And then things really started to get derailed. And I hurt her so bad. Even the text messages were getting silent and distant. And then I know that she started to cheat on me as well because it was a reflection. It was mirrored neurons, mirrored neurons. And if you don't know what that is, that's literally like unconscious behavior, like mimicking each other on the unconscious mind. And I deserved it. I deserved all of the stuff that she did because it was literally just mirroring back to like what I did. And it hurt. And then she broke up with me and I tried to get her back and I was like, this can't be it. Then I went through darkness. I went through like a whole year of this deep, dark depression. I cried. I also had Crohn's disease. That's another story I'll say for another time. I had that for 6 years. And then I prayed to God. I was like, God, I am so fucking sorry for treating that girl so poorly, breaking her heart, breaking her safety, dysregulating her nervous system, changing up the stories in her mind about what she thought about me. And then like, you know, then it sucks even more because she didn't take time to process and heal the relationship like I did. She jumped into another relationship with a guy who was in a rhyming way similar to me. And that hurt. Something that I realized is that taking the time to observe just women and guys in the dating scene and taking time for me to process everything that I did wrong. Like every single moment that I can think of with my ex, she like from the honeymoon phase all the way to like the broken heart. To have a woman be in her divine feminine is one of the most fun and natural, sexy, godlike states of being one could ever achieve. Like everything is working out, the finances are great, the emotional state is great and regulated, and it's fun and it's nurturing and it's playful and it's silly and it's also serious. Like there was never a care or a worry in the world. Not at all for her. And neither for me the first 2.5, 3 years. And then I made a stupid choice and kept on making stupid choices. I let other people's words and energy get to me, but I was unconscious. I wasn't spiritual. I didn't know anything about energy at the time. But looking back on it, I was like, wow, that dude told me like, yo, man, like you could have another girlfriend if you want. You could date two women at the same time. And I was like, I don't know if I could do that. And then for some strange reason, I went ahead and tried to do it. And I went behind my girlfriend's back. And at that time, I regretted it. I regretted it so much, like every single day. I felt guilty. Then I started acting from a wounded masculine, where I was like numbing myself, my feelings and emotions. I couldn't even talk about it. I couldn't even like help her feel safe. You know, even like when we were out in public, there was times like where I was like even thinking to myself, like, wow, I've dropped so much. And like my intuition at even at that time was letting me know like everything that was happening. And it was like I was ignoring it and I was still doing from like an unconscious egoic standpoint. And I know there's times in public where I did not have her feel safe. She didn't feel safe being with me. And another guy could have taken her right under my nose, my arm, around my arm, and you probably could have had her because I wouldn't even have been able to stand up for myself and for her and for us because I was weak. It was tough. It was excruciating. So in 2019, I had an awakening. I wouldn't say an awakening. I would say a download, an epiphany when I was in Alabama. And I was with like my group of friends and we had just met like another group of friends, another group of people, and I got this epiphany that said you have to be a safe haven for women. And I was like, I can't even like if someone were to fight me, how am I going to protect that? You know? Like I'm not fighting. I didn't know how to fight anyone. That was the first thing in my mind. I'm like, I'm not strong enough to handle something like this physically. But that download came in so fine, so clear, and so strong. Oh, thank you for the emojis. Appreciate it. Um, and the epiphany was you have to be a safe haven for women. And then, like, literally within like 5 minutes, I'm like standing next to my two women friends, a part of our group, and there was like 15 of us, and we saw this other group of other group of people. We need to become friends with them, but this one dude from that other group, he said something so vulgar, so inappropriate, and so, I would say, demeaning. He said something. I'm not gonna repeat it word for word, but it was something where he wanted to do something really dirty to a woman, to a lady, to a female. And like as soon as he said that, the only thing that I could do was literally stand in front of my two female friends, and I'm like looking at them in their eyes, and then like my back is towards the other dude. And at first, the one of my friends, she knew exactly what I was doing. Like she read the situation and she knew it. It probably took her like 2 seconds, but she recognized that I was protecting like the energy of the like what that dude was trying to say. And then my other friend was like, "What is Fox doing right now? What is Alexander doing right now? This doesn't make any sense to me." But I feel like he's trying to make a move on this woman, and she's like trying to be like a secret detective and figuring it out. And then like we got away from the group, and then I was just like I explained to both of them, I was like, "Yo, like that dude was fucked up. Like he was definitely on some mind altering substance when he said that, but you guys can't be around that energy at all." And I was just protecting you in an energetic way that I just thought was right in that moment and was just standing right in front of y'all with my back to them. And that was it. And then that was like the start of me learning how do I be a safe haven for women. And then it just started to be my aura. It started to just be my energy. Like there was even a time like where a drunk woman, she was like blacked out. She was walking in the street with like no shoes on, and she was carrying the shoes in her hands. And then like, there's a bunch of people around. I was like, "Hey, are you okay?" She goes, I don't know what's going on. I am lost right now." I was like, "Okay, what do you need right now?" She's like, "I just want to put my shoes on." And I was like, "Okay." So I helped put her shoes on, and then these other women that I didn't even know, and they're like, "Wow, look at this dude. He's helping this woman." And I was like, "Okay, your shoes are on." And like I can hear everyone like talking about me and this woman. I was like, "Do you need anything else?" She's like, "No, I'm okay." And she just walked away. And I just said, "Okay." I was just supposed to be the one to put her shoes on. And that was it. And then I started to notice like when I started to be an actual nice guy, and I started to like really honor myself more and started to talk about things that were even different than normal conversations, like, "Oh, how's the weather? How's your work and career?" And when I started to mention about like consciousness and meditation and energy healing, sound healing, and all this stuff, and like my spiritual awakenings, like women were fascinated by this. And then I would start noticing that women would start to be more attracted to me. And I wasn't doing this in a way to get them to feel attracted to me. That wasn't the purpose. My purpose was I was going through so much like uncertainty and so much like what is really happening in this reality. Like I just shared it with everybody. And then like one by one, women started to have crushes on me. And I was just like, this is not the way to win a woman. It's not just my storytelling and just like what I am doing, you know, like, because a lot of those women at the time, they couldn't really have a conversation with me. At that time, not many people could. It was very rare because I was going through so much spiritual awakenings and energetic crises and things that were happening more than what's happening in the reality. But I started to notice that like women were a lot more nicer to me. They felt like they could open up about their lives and their stories and feel safe around me. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, with other men, I can't really express everything I want to because they didn't feel safe, or they felt like they wouldn't be heard or seen or like cared for in a way that they wanted, you know? And you heard the term like men are not mind readers, right? So also the next point I'm going to get at is like how honest can we truly be about like every single thing, every single intention when it comes to like dating, being with the divine masculine or feminine. And like the more that I started to like work on myself, like I would even notice, okay, so here's like an unconscious energetic story that I have. I was at this event, you probably have heard of it, the Summit of Greatness, Columbus, Ohio, 2023. I went to this concert, like everyone got invited to, and all of the seats were taken, every single seat, right? And I was like, wow, I really want to sit down, but there's no chairs open or booths or picnic tables. So I sat down probably like 20 feet away from the band. I was just sitting there in my poncho from Peru, and I was like, this is so awesome. There was like a violin, a pianist, drummer, singer, great band, awesome band. Can't remember the name. And then one of my friends, one of my female friends, sat right next to me, and she placed a hand on my knee. I gave her a hug, and then we're just vibing out to the music. And then about 20 minutes, they took a break, and I looked behind me. I kid you not, there was about 20 women that were all sitting on the cement ground right behind me when every single chair was filled, but they were all females. There was no male that was sitting down on the ground on the cement. I was the first one to sit down on the cement, and then every single other person was a woman, and there was about 20 of them. And I was like, that is strange. It was really strange. Maybe not strange. I guess I was shocked. Strange is not the right word. I was shocked just to even like recognize that and be a witness of that. Because I don't know if anyone else would have noticed that, honestly. And then like in those moments, I'm just like, wow, okay, like there is something to this aura, to this energy that's going to attract people, and mostly women, because not a lot of women have a safe masculine to go to talk to about things. And even if they do, some, it's not absolute, some may even have a hidden agenda of like, oh, when she's done dating this guy, then I'll be the one to go in and swoop her up or woo her, or like, or they're just friends and he's just like, oh, maybe I can be the one to do this. And sometimes when that happens, sometimes, right? Not absolute. I got to keep saying that because there's 8 billion people on this planet. Every single situation is going to be different. Like sometimes that man just has like even a subconscious like hidden agenda. And like I've been through this, and I can totally attest from my own experience. Like I've been like that. I was like, oh, if she's ever done dating him, I might go in and try to make a move. Like even like before my spiritual awakenings, I was like that. Like it's crazy what can go through a man's mind when it comes to like women. It's Trust me, it could be really crazy. And I'm gonna not go too deep into it, and I can maybe on another message because I'm gonna do the divine masculine next week. Okay, so where was I at? I knew that this energy was going to be a safe haven for women, and that there's going to be there's got to be something that's going to help women feel more safe, more open, and more vulnerable, and learn to trust men again if they had been hurt by them, or even if they were just like, oh, he's a good dude, he genuinely cares, he's nice. I'll even put it this way: my ex-girlfriend, not the one from 9 years ago, but the one that I dated in Texas last year, she found me at one of my events that I was hosting, and she came to two of my classes. And then I found out a few months later that she actually Google searched me for 30 minutes trying to find anything she possibly could against me. She told me this. She was like, "Hey, I just want to make sure that you were good. I Google searched you. I even ran records behind you. Like you had like a weed charge in 2011." And I was like, "Yo, were you a cop? What the fuck? I didn't even like look you up online, like, you know?" And she said, "It's like, what, you didn't trust me?" And I was like, I didn't have a feeling not to trust you. Because usually I would get like some kind of like energetic fuzzy alignment that I would have saw in like the axi-tonal lines. It's kind of a shamanic term, but just like the energetic cord between people. I could like notice like, okay, they're good. I can trust them. I can not tell them everything, but at least say hi and be friendly with them and so forth. But 30 minutes on a Google search, she she did everything. And she was like, I couldn't find anything bad against you. You had reviews. You had so much, um, like, just such great energy, and like the things that you're doing to make money and to be of service to people were good and legitimate. And I was so fucking curious about you, even with all the stories that you hadn't even told me that I found out through social media and stuff. And I was like, wow, you really did your fucking homework. Golly, A fucking plus. You want the midterm now? You want the final exam? Like, fuck. So yeah, it was it's pretty crazy. So now to kind of tie all these things together, like what would I want more of? You know, for women and for men to have open and honest exchanges, for men to be open and honest with their feelings and emotions, not to be like saying it every single fucking day and time, right? Because women can get a little tired of that, especially if they haven't had a man that is emotionally intelligent and that is also willing to have the difficult conversations. I'm going to share a very important story that I heard about a friend in Colorado. We were all in a hot tub and we were talking about divine masculine, divine feminine. And like this one woman, she was going through some deep shit. It was bad. There was one night where she screamed bloody murder because she was getting like, basically like a shamanic exorcism because whatever she went through was insane. She told me a story about how she was dating a guy and she was feeling so lost, so confused, and she didn't really know why. Like so much stuff was happening in her life and she's like, this is so much. I can't even like process all of this. And this is like at 11 p.m. at night and she is so tired. She's drained. She's like crying tears. And her boyfriend at the time, they were even going through some difficult stuff too. And she said that her boyfriend said, hey, I may not understand everything that is happening. I may not even know everything that is happening. But we are going to sit here on this couch until we can figure it out. And she said she looked at him with like these puppy dog eyes, and like her heart opened up and she felt light. And then they were on the couch for like the next 5 hours just talking and some cuddling, but mostly talking. And they were able to pinpoint so much, not everything, but a lot. And she was like, you are the first man I've ever met that was able to genuinely hold this space, not want anything more than just to see me at peace or relax. And it just really, like, that opened me up just hearing that story, because like I used to be afraid to have the difficult conversations, to admit that I was wrong, that I'm in guilt and shame and embarrassed and all that stuff. I was not strong enough to do that. I don't understand why men can't say the simplest stuff that would help us feel better like that. Not all men are closed off, but I would say a lot are. I don't know a percentage, but I definitely know a lot of men that are closed off. But I will say I feel like it is changing, it is shifting, it's getting better slowly, but I see it and I hear it and I have hope. I have trust in it. And men also are not taught how to hold space, how to express their feelings and emotions because they were always taught, like, hold in those tears, man. Like, you gotta be the big, tough dude. You can't show emotion. Like, if, like, that sucked. It was, it was very tough, you know? And there's a lot of programming, and especially nowadays where they're trying to like drain the masculine into making them more feminine without having like the macho stuff. But not saying that the men have to be macho. They, in a way they have to be, but not to the point where it's like, like they can be strong, but they can also be soft. They can be nurturing, but they can also provide. They can also, take on the responsibilities, but then also know when to rest and relax. Do you get it? It's like a balance and the harmonious flow. I'm actually frustrated with my husband at the moment because he's upset over the smallest thing and I can't communicate. Hmm. I think men should be able to be macho and not take away from their sensitivity. Yeah, amen to that. I'm sorry your husband's kind of going through something right now. Um, take this with a grain of salt or a whole truckload of salt for roads in northern America when it's snowy outside. If I was you, just ask him like, "Hey, why does this make you feel this way?" Or what is it about this that's triggering? Don't use the word trigger. What why why is this thing making you feel this way? Or what is it about this situation that is causing XYZ to happen? Like, or maybe you can just say like, "Hey, I don't have to understand why this is going the way that it's going, but if I can hold space for you and you just like to tell me what's going on, then I'm going to have no judgment for what you say, whatever it may be. I will have no judgment. I just want to better understand where you're coming from so that I can be more supportive, so that I can help you, and then we can evolve together." See how that lands. I know I gave you a few different ones, but I feel like I'm doing something that's making him unable to communicate with me. Okay. Yeah. May maybe not. But I would just ask him, be like, "Hey, I just want to understand and also want to understand." That's going to be importante. He might be like, "Understand?" Cuz like I want to understand where you're coming from internally. I want to understand. Like I want to stand with you in your internal feeling, your internal dialogue. Like tell me the story. Like I want to be the listener to the audiobook of your story. Whoa. Whoa. Hang on. Yo, I never said that shit before. Oh, wow. Oh my God. That's incredible. Hang on. Hang on. I got to make a cap cut about that. Holy shnikes. Hang on. Un momento, por favor. 29-minute mark. Wow. I always say some new stuff. Okay. I think that's a great idea. Wow, amazing. Thank you. And I would I don't know if you ever would feel called to share, but you could comment back on here. You could message me on like Instagram or something. I would love to know the outcome of that. And just let him know of like, I am here for you. I am seriously here for you. Like this is a team effort, you know? And if there's something that I can do to help you, hopefully he doesn't mention anything like sexual, right? Because like you just even like just give him a hug. Just be like, I'm here. I care for you. It doesn't matter what's happening because we're in this together. I love that. You are a special guy. I subbed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're so welcome. It is really sweet. And because like once that happens, like once you can get that nervous system in your husband to like relax a little bit more, just to like drop down his guard, you're gonna feel that. And women, you are so intuitive. Women fucking know when something is off or wrong. Don't, if you're a man watching this, do not gaslight them at all. Hey, I know something is wrong or something is off. Let's just talk about it. And if you're a man who may not be as high on like an emotional intelligence system, grid, graph, whatever, and I oh my god, what was I about to say? The dude threw me off. Dang it. Jimmy Sneakushy. I love you. God loves you. No, you threw me off, dude. But I still love you because it was meant to be. God loves you. So, for men, if you're not as high on the emotional intelligence system, which is okay, but be open to just holding space for your lady, for your partner. I got it. Aha. Jimmy Sneakushy. I got it. I remembered. It's okay just to be like, hey, I'm here for you. I may not understand what is going on with you, but I'm here for you. Like your woman will love you so much more than just hold space for her. And then if she happens to be talking too much, sometimes that happens because a woman may not have been in that state in such a long time. They may overdo it. Just be like, hey, like let's sit down for like a little bit and just see how far this can go. And then just be there. Just be here in the present moment right now. That's it. I think it's I don't know what you're talking about, a fake call? But it won't, but I don't know what that means. Sorry. I do talk too much sometimes. Um, yeah, and honestly, a lot of women do that. Um, like I have surrounded myself with a lot of women who feel so safe with me because they haven't experienced someone like me, and sometimes they get so nervous that they overshare their life. They keep talking and run on sentences, and they didn't even like think about like, did the guy even want to hear half the stuff that I wanted to say right then and there? Like, is he even like, is that even like relevant too? And not all the time, right? But sometimes, because like I've had women like talk and talk and talk and talk, and then like there's like no end to it. Like it doesn't get somewhere. And like so, women land the plane. I learned this through a coach in Austin, Texas. Get to the point of like what you are making, and you'll save a whole bunch of hoopla, and your guy's gonna be like, huh, wow, straight to the point, short, sweet, to the point. And then that's gonna do amazing things for you. I swear on my whole life. It makes me feel like so great. I recently have a client, woman in Texas, and at first, like, when we got together, she was talking a lot, and I was like, "Hey, I know your mind's going a million miles a minute, and you have so much to say. You really do. But can you filter out some of those words, get to the point, and land it, and be okay with it? And like notice how you feel." Because a lot of women will then have so much energy because like when their nervous system is dropped into a relaxive state, there's more energy that's being thrown up and down the channel. And then it's like, okay, keep it steady, okay? And it's going to work so much better. And she has limited her voice memos back to me by like minutes at a time. And it's amazing. And I also have another client in Texas. I used to live in Texas, by the way. I'm in Ohio right now, moving to North Carolina in a few months. I know, life's wild. Anyways, and I had another client in Texas, and she has dropped her thing. She's still working on it. She has a lot to say, but she's able to been dropping hers by a minute and a half, and I've noticed. So she sent me a 6-minute voice memo last night. So it was just like it's just very powerful just to witness that. So, and I've also told a few other of my female friends because it's just been happening so much to me that I was like, I got to make a stand about this. So, dang, I was gonna say, if you're in Texas, I would love to work with you. Seem like you know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've been through a lot. I've been through too much. I've seen too much. Um, yeah, but I do stuff online, and I swear on my life, online works incredibly amazing. I still have two clients in Texas. I have one in Florida. I have one in Maine, all women right now, actually. Actually, I have three clients in Texas, two in Austin, one in Fort Worth, one in Florida. If you count her mom, she's kind of in there too. And then one in Maine, and then that's basically it. And then I have like some one-on-ones that come in every now and then here in Ohio. But yeah, it there's online work is amazing. Like I do coaching, I'll do breath work, I'll do intuitive guidance, I'll do energy healing, even some sound healing as well. And it's somatic embodiment coaching. And literally love being a life coach. I literally love guiding people to a relaxive nervous state. And it's sorry, I got like distracted by that. I'm able to help people like release a lot of old trauma, release old energies, open up their hearts, get them connected to God, Christ consciousness, and then let them feel this love, bring in new vibrant energies, and then get their souls activated and get them to feel relaxed and happy and safe and liberated inside. It comes back to thyself. That's the whole purpose of this. Jesus Christ is not telling you to go to a church outside of yourself. I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but I'm going to jump back into the divine feminine in a hot second. Jesus Christ wants you to come back to thyself, to you. Fill up your own cup and be nice and compassionate to the world. Okay? And yeah, and I love helping people. Like I love helping people get the epiphanies and the downloads and the realizations to help them learn about themselves. To help them learn about themselves. To help them learn about the situations that happened in their past. To get them to understand and forgive them. Because forgiveness and love is one of the best things that you could ever give to someone who's ever hurt you. I've been mugged. I've had gunshots. Or not gunshots. I've had guns pointed at my face. One of the craziest things ever. Used to be with a lot of drugs and a lot of weird people. And that was also hurting me in my relationship. So, yeah, the divine feminine deserves to be safe and nurtured and taken care of, for her to be flowy and creative, and fun, and in like her, and even in a beautiful sexual presence, to even being able to know that she's safe and she can relax and she can do the things that she wants to do, because there's so much more fun and magic and miracles that flow for a divine feminine, for a woman being in her divine feminine state. Okay. Yeah, I removed that person. The person was going crazy. Um, so yeah, it was just, yeah, it's amazing when a woman can just be in that state. There's so much goodness and it's so much fun. And like a man, I'm going to talk about this next week. A man that can hold that is so powerful and so in his power, and he cares and he can hold the space for her and he can appreciate it. He can appreciate it and love it, you know? Like, I'm going to say one thing. I have a friend, an absolute beautiful soul. She's so powerful, so much fun and real. And she, we used to work together. We used to host events, co-host events together for breathwork, energy healing in Austin, Texas. And she helped me a lot of my journey. I've helped her, and I got a little triggered by her. I got a little jealous, I won't lie, because she's like a beautiful fucking channel. Like she's so open and gifted, and like I am too, but she's like next level. It's like it's kind of astounding. So it just really but the way that sorry, I had to like try to remove that person again, but they keep joining back, which is astounding. They want to keep hearing about this, so I'm gonna let that happen. And because like she's evolving, and I'm just like, man, like I really want to be more like her. Not exactly like her, but similarly. Okay, and okay, Southern Belle, I got you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, new friend. Appreciate you. Thank you. Um, and I was like, man, I really want to get like her, to an extent. And I asked her for help. I asked her for help because I was like, yo, I kind of want some assistance with this. I want to get better at this. And she's like, yeah, I got you. And then I was like, oh my God, I feel better. Because I was getting a little jealous because she's evolving in so many beautiful ways. And I love her soul. And it's not the first time I've told her this. I was like, yo, like, you kind of trigger me because, like, you're just incredible at what the fuck you do. And I love you and I care about you. But I'm like, dang, it's crazy. It's insane how amazing she is. So she's gonna help me. We're gonna do like a trade, and but like I had to be open and honest with her. If I would have just kept my mouth shut, if I would have just numbed my feelings like a lot of men do out here, I would have drinking a beer, I would have gone for a smoke, would have smoked a doobie, whatever the case may be, and that would have been it. That legit would have been it. So, all right, hang on, y'all. I have to grab this charger. Hang on, un momento. Oh, please tell me you have some juice left. Oh, you have some juice. Okay, I gotta wrap it up a little bit. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I had to be open and honest about it, and I did, at first, but then like a lot of stuff happened and we both moved away and life happened. And then, we're back in a place where, she's in another place, but we're more grounded now. And she's like, "Yeah, I want to help you." And I just said, "Oh my God, amazing. I'll do whatever I can to help you." So we're gonna create something. And I'm like really happy about it and I'm excited. So men, don't be afraid to be honest, okay? But don't make it into a huge scene, like with your divine feminine. Like, just be stern but caring. You can be, honest, straightforward. Women, I feel like most women would love that. And if they're not willing to have like the difficult conversation with you, then then that is on them. And then just ask them questions of like, "Oh, why can't we have this difficult conversation right now? Like, can we just see where this goes?" Like, I just want clarity, respect, honesty, come from an unconditional loving place, come from a sacred, divine, present state of being, and just see how can we can just make this lighter and honest, because like the truth will set you free. It's so fucking cliche to say, but it's real. It is the way. I if I was with my ex-girlfriend from 9 years ago, I would be 100% on board with having every single difficult conversation, with every single mistake I did, every single wrong thing I did, every single moment that I was not there for her, that I gaslit her. I would literally do my best to explain every single fucking thing that I could to her so she would have as much clarity for her healing journey so that she can release the old energies and so that she can truly evolve and she doesn't have to repeat the same rhyming lessons if she chooses to date another guy again. Small things, for me, being on the path, even the small things, they definitely need to do a little bit more. Okay, my computer died, the light went out. um, Even the small things need to be talked about. As crazy as that sounds, if it's going to bother you, it's kind of a big deal. Okay, it kind of is. Hang on one sec. Okay, made it a little bit better, but still. Even talking about the small things will help your relationship so much because you just have so much clarity and so much honesty that's like you would never want to hide anything from your partner. If you have to be like even secretive or even like a little white lie, like that can just build up and up and up. Like I've been there. Like sometimes I tell my girlfriend like, "Oh, I'm not going to hang out tonight." And then, I would go hang out with like a whole other group of people with some women. I wouldn't cheat on her, but then I'm just like, "Oh, hey, I didn't tell her that because I didn't want her to think some different way or whatever. Hey, what's up, Danny? Great to see you on here. Yeah, honesty is the best policy for sure. And well, you can appreciate the big things still. I don't want to say not to disregard the big things. The big things can be amazing. Like you guys got a house or an apartment, or you guys got, you know, um, you guys got married, or you guys had, a difficult conversation. You guys both came out on the other side with so much clarity and love and understanding. Like they all deserve appreciation. They really do. And that's like the most like beautiful thing because we're here to experience life, you know? And women, if guys ask you like what's wrong, you just say the word fine, and you don't want to talk about that. Ah, golly, that's hard. I won't lie, that's a hard one. But if you say that, oh man, something's going on. That's for sure. So Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I did this in like 50 minutes. Whew. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Southern Belle. I am so grateful for you. If you could give someone approaching 31 piece of advice, what would it be? Wow. Someone, hang on. I think this time let's not sack Constantine Napoli. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay, sorry, Owen Fawcett. Owen Fawcett. Thank you for your question. I will say that the piece of advice, find ways to feel truly free within yourself. Find ways that are going to help you feel at peace and relaxing. Because I know life can get stressful and heavy, but take care of yourself fully. Like, learn to regulate the nervous system, learn to keep your thoughts happy and positive the best that you can. And learn to trust yourself and know that nothing is impossible. I have seen too many miracles to people in this life. I've seen people heal from diseases and illnesses within seconds. I've seen people get job offers within minutes, even after not hearing them for like months. I've seen people get thousands of dollars in their bank account within seconds out of nowhere. I have seen people get like find the love of their life, like literally like in that moment when they probably had just said, even within like the last few minutes, like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever find anyone. And then somehow the love of their life comes right before their fucking eyes. As Southern Belle said, amazing, do what you love. Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's a saying. Sometimes I do feel like it's still work, like me advertising and promoting and marketing. I feel like I am working, you know. So yeah, it's astounding. How did they heal? Caitlin. Caitlin, hi. Thank you for being on here. Um, Honestly, it was just a miracle for being open and allowing to receive. Just allowing yourself to feel relaxed and knowing that anything is truly possible and you're just allowing the divine to come through and that you can trust and let go. That's I literally have been a channel to see people healing from diseases and illnesses that are incurable to Western medicine. So if you want me to, Caitlin, I think you may already know where I'm going to go with this. So um, I can help. I can try to help if you like me to. I'll send a healing to you know who. I got you. Welcome. Hope you subscribe, Owen, if you haven't already. Southern Belle, thank you. You are seriously so sweet. Thank you. Um, wow. Support. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Mother Mary. If you were to give the world your brain and what think or give your heart and everything you do in the world, which would you give? If you were to give the world your brain or give your heart and everything you do in the world, Caitlin, you have my number still. Text me. I can't give it on here, but I think I have your number. If not, just text me your number somehow. Just send. You'll find a way to send it to me. You're a woman. You guys are intuitive and smart. You'll find a way. Um, Funny how I found you. This is what my channel's about. Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay. Thank you, Caitlin. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. I just asked about learning to be more divine feminine, and you show up, Temple. Ah, synchronicities. That's real. That's amazing. So yeah. Okay. All right. I am going to wrap this up. So, but in conclusion, women who can be in their divine feminine flow. Oh my God. It's one of the coolest magical states a woman could ever be in. And when you can learn to be in that way, manifestations will happen quicker and faster, easily, effortlessly. And then when you can like fill up your own cup and you can radiate this love, not in like an egoic way, like, oh, I'm prettier and more good looking and I have more money than like everyone else, but coming from like that soul level of like, I am unconditional love. I am the light. I am Christ consciousness. I am compassion. I am joy. And like all these things. And like the ways that you can like really embody that and ingrain it and do somatic work, reprogram the subconscious mind, clear out the old energies in your nervous system and your cells and your organs and your neural pathways to reprogram them so that the electrical wiring is truly functioning in your God consciousness in the best ways to best serve you and the people around you. And don't worry, Divine Masculine, I'm coming for y'all next. Next week. So get ready, because here I come. Get ready, because here I come. Get ready, because here I come. Because I'm gonna bring you a love that's true. So get ready. So get ready. Hey, I'm gonna try to make you love me too. So get ready. So get ready, because here I come. Gotta love the Temptations. Okay. Southern Belle, you have been an angel. I am grateful for you. I really appreciate you. Like, it means a lot that you just wanted to assist me and be a moderator on the live. I've never had anyone do that before, so that's brand new to me. Thank you, Temple Venus, for also being here. Danny as well, even Schnookies, whatever your name is. Thank you for being here. Owen as well. Thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate you. Please contact me. Sorry, Mona Vision, I couldn't help you. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to give you advice on that. And I really hope everything works out with that. And for everyone else, I forgot to mention, just thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you want to work with me more, thefoxwellnessden.com. I host a monthly online breathwork and energy healing event once a month. Third Monday of every month. It's 1 hour long. It's $35. Very affordable because I have some other things that cost way higher. And those are also magnificent and deep diving and so worth it to evolve one's life. And I am so grateful for everything that I get to do. Oh, don't worry. I'm good. I'm good. How to conceal your energy on the dark web? Don't know. Don't care. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go take a walk outside. I have some things to process. I found out some news today, so I'm gotta do some things. So, but yeah, I'm grateful for all of you. The divine loves you. It's going to show you how much it loves you. And please show the divine how much you love it right back. We are all one. We all just different. We just all vibrate at different levels. No matter, you don't know what someone else is going through, please still treat them with the best and highest of reverence and love, the best you can. Use discernment. Don't overgive. Give enough. Sometimes give a little bit more. Discernment, right? Thanks, Fox. Have a great evening. Talk soon. Don't forget to like and sub. I won't. I will for sure like and sub for you too. And for Venus as well. You two are pretty dope. Pretty awesome people. So awesome. All right. Thank you all. Namaste.